Hi guys, welcome back. I pulled out almost every book that I had on that shelf because I bought it this year. Just before we get into the video, I just want to say that I uploaded this on 13th of November, which is technically my birthday. So happy birthday to me. Decided to make my return back on YouTube video. This is the one. So yeah, I am back. I moved out. As you can see, I have a bookshelf. Life is new. It's new. It's fun. It's adventurous. It's chaotic even a bit, but it's fun. Anyway, I have a lot of books, 19 books, I'm not even sure. So I have a lot of fantasy, I have a lot of other genres as well. So I think I might start with all the other genres, then I will move into fantasy. So the first series that I bought, this is not exactly a series, this is more of like a trilogy that I bought this year, the Millennium Trilogy by Larsen. This is a detective murder mystery novel series. There are technically more books in this series, but I'm going to read only these 3 books because these were originally written by the author, but the other books published were not written by the author, but they're named that they're written by the author. I'm going to read the other books, but I'm definitely going to be reading this one in probably next year because this year it's not possible. I have exams and I probably might not finish any of these books this year. So I have finished quite a few, but yeah, I'm not going to finish this one. Not at all. So there's a movie adaptation of this one, which I wanted to see, but I couldn't see. I'll read this one, so stay tuned. Probably next year, you might be able to join me as well. And that would be a lot more fun than reading it alone. Then I bought a mythology, which is a recent purchase of mine. Like, I bought it a few days back. And I am not really happy about the condition of the book because Amazon gave it to me like really bad. Anyway, Fisher Queen Dynasty by Kavita. I don't think you can see. Okay, this is gorgeous, but there are some issues with the book. It's kind of an old edition, I believe. It's really old, like there are rusted pages. Why would Amazon do this to me? I didn't return it because I wanted to read this book, and I'm not sure if I want to read it like right at the moment, but I want to. This is Mahabharata retelling. This is before the events of Mahabharata, the events that lead up to the bigger Mahabharata. I just want to go quickly through them because I don't think I can ponder on them for hours. The next book that I have read is A Man Called Uwe. This is about a man called Uwe who is a little grumpy old man living alone. His wife died and this new neighbor moves in and his life changes a little bit because they are interfering a lot in his life and he doesn't like that. But it's a sweet story that will make you cry and feel things. It's so good. There's a cat in there, so I don't know. I mean, it's so cute. I just love it. I just love the entire dynamic. I know this is a really popular book. Everyone has heard about it. It's definitely worth the read. Go ahead, read this book because it's definitely worth it. I read last year and I wanted to have a physical copy, so here it is. It's one of my favorite books. I will read it again and again and again and give it to everyone possible, but no one reads. Please do read this book. It's so good. The next book that I bought that I wanted to read, that I started reading, but I didn't end up finishing it, The 6 Acres and Third. The 6 and Third Acres by Fakir Mohan Senapati. I actually saw this one on Smriti's video. I'll link her channel down below if you want to subscribe to her. She's awesome. And she recommended this book in one of her favorite Indian authors, favorite Indian books or books written by Indian authors video, and I wanted to read this book because she raved about it, and I did purchase it. I did start reading it, tabs, you can see it, but I didn't end up finishing it. No idea why, probably because I was moving out, so I kind of DNF'd it temporarily, but I'm going to go back to it and read it again and finish it and share my thoughts. So stay tuned for that. The book that I got is Swan Song of My Era by Swain, which is something that is sent to me by the author as a review copy, but I'm a little bit late for the review. I feel sorry that I keep putting this off and I don't end up finishing this book because I want to read it, and it's a contemporary, I think, lesbian story which is about a makeup artist and a designer falling in love and figuring out stuff about life. Sounds so good. I want to read it. I just need to read it, okay? Just someone say that I need to read it. I will eventually. I started this as well, but I didn't end up finishing it, which I'm also mad about. I am mad at myself so much. This video is making me mad at myself. On to my fantasy books, which is a big stockpile. I don't know where to begin, but I'm gonna start with this book. My baby. It's so pretty. I can't. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Oh my god. It's so pretty. I bought this book because it's pretty, and Lee Bardugo is one of my favorite authors. Look at them. I don't know how I'm holding the book, but this book is gorgeous. Six of Crows. It's beautiful. It's about 6 people, thieves, going on a heist. Interesting heist. A lot of fun characters, a lot of fantasy elements. Amazing, just amazing. Next book that I received is Imperia. This is something that I received from the publisher as a review copy. I asked for it actually because I've heard raving reviews about it. Like everyone rates it 5-star, and I just wanted to know why. And literally this is what I know about the story. I know nothing about it. Nothing. I'm just gonna read the blurb. A dangerous conspiracy begins to unfold. Its first step, kill a simple village boy named Luan of Brida. Hunted by the powerful enemy, Luan sets out on a dangerous journey, clueless why a legendary force aided by the darkest known demons wants him dead. And I want to read it. That's that. I do not know anything more about it. I just know that many of my friends read it and gave it a 5-star rating, so that says a lot. It's autumn, but it's hot. It's hot. It's so hot. The next one, Full Metal Alchemist by Hiromu Arakawa. This is volume 1, 2, 3, and I've read 1 volume so far, 1.5 volume so far. I'm going to make a video about reading this book and watching the anime. You know, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. This is about 2 alchemists, Alphonse and Alaric. Alaric is the Full Metal Alchemist, this tiny dude. He's angry, but little snob. He's cute and funny. I love him. I love them both. Tried to perform alchemy when their mother died and tried to bring her back, but they were cursed. And basically, Alaric lost his arm, and Alphonse lost his entire body. And now he is contained in an armor. His soul is contained. So they are fighting off bad alchemists, and they work for the government, and it's their story. And I definitely want to continue with the anime, which I saw like 1 episode of, and I just stopped watching it, but it was fun, so I'm going to go back to it again. It's going to be fun. The next book that I'm currently reading, The Ear of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. Yeah, okay, it's too bright. Anyway, I'm going to read the blurb again because I just can't explain what is going on. Born on the fringes of Bethel, Emmanuel does her best to obey the church and follow holy protocol. For it was in Bethel that the first prophet pursued and killed 4 powerful witches and so cleansed the land. Then a chance encounter lures her into the dark wood that surrounds Bethel. It is a forbidden place haunted by the spirits of witches who bestow an extraordinary gift on Emmanuel, the diary of her dead mother. Fascinated by and fearful of the secrets and the diary reveals, Emmanuel begins to understand why her mother once consorted with witches, and as the truth about the prophets and their history is revealed, so Emmanuel understands what must be done. But the real threat, the Bethel, is its own darkness. Bethel must change, and that change will begin with her. Sounds good. I read, I think, the first prologue, chapter 1, and the prologue. It was good. The writing is somewhat off in the beginning, but I am hoping that it will be good in later of the story. The next one that I bought is, this is not one that I bought, I got this one. This is Scarlett, Lost in the Five Lands. A review will be coming up after this video, like tomorrow. So stay tuned. Talking about Scarlett, so I'm going to be quick through all the books because I don't have much memory left. Scarlett, I will be talking about it tomorrow, so I'm not going to talk about it much, but I gave it a 3.5 star. It was good. YE fantasy story which follows Scarlett. It's a coming of age story. She goes to a magical school. She's from a different epic fantasy setting. That's all I'm gonna say. There are the two books that I received in a giveaway, like 2 giveaways. All the Bad Apples and Woven in Moonlight. I gave this book a 3.5 star. I have a video that I talked about this one. Not specifically, but I talked about it. The next book that I received is All the Bad Apples, which I tried reading it. I will eventually. It's a dark story, just so much like House of Hollow, which is the next book that I'm going to be talking about. House of Hollow, I also have a separate review video. This is about 3 sisters who disappear one night mysteriously and come back after a month, I guess, and weird things happen around them, and you have to figure out what is the mystery behind their disappearance, and basically a lot of other shenanigans, which I absolutely adored. A very grimdark fairy tale, which is absolutely my type. So, great book for spooky season, which is gone. I know, but November is still new Halloween. So, Born, which I have already read, but I wanted to own a physical copy of. I have talked about this book non-stop, so I just need to stop talking about it right now. I'm gonna rush a little bit. As I said, I do not have much memory left, and yeah, it's pretty. I want to read the next book as well, just coming out next year, so yay! Next book that I bought is The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. I definitely want to read it because it's Mistborn and Brandon Sanderson. It's my second Sanderson, which I haven't read. So I'm gonna buy the entire series and I'm going to read it and talk about it. And Ember in the Ashes by Sabata here. I bought it this year. I read it this year. I have an entire separate vlog for that one. If you're interested, check it out. I'm not going to talk about it in details. Yeah, these are all the books that I bought. I literally can't hold them because my arm will break. These are all the books that I bought this year. Hope you had fun watching this video. Happy birthday to me. Goodbye.